2, 1.
What's up,
And
my
we're
man?
in chronic Nirvana,
Yeah,
bro.
we're in fucking Nirvana at the moment, yeah.
Yeah, how long have we been waiting to do this?
Months. Ever since we known each other, right? Pretty much.
Dude, I'm so excited. We're at the end of 2022, and after Sex Club, a
Yeah.
sex expert,
Yeah.
we're talking to another sex expert and part-time MMA fighter. Karan Chauhan, cheers, my brother.
Cheers, buddy.
Also, shout out to backing crews Sachika, Brian, and Siddu, who's on his way to becoming a vegetable with every passing hour.
Okay. You can see that.
That was like 5 seconds of late reaction, dude.
Bro, how do you spell butte?
B-E-A-U-T. A-U-T.
Butte. Speaking of Butte, that's what we can call the start to your MMA career, man. Fresh off of a win,
Yeah.
fresh off of very PG massages in Thailand, and a fuck you to Marvin Vettori.
Leave that in there. Fuck it. Let's go.
Leave that in there.
Let's go.
Didn't even bother.
Didn't even fucking
How are you
bother.
feeling, bro?
I feel fucking awesome, dude. Like, this whole year has been such a mind fuck and a half. Like, you know it better than anybody. I've had 12 fight cancellations this year. And constantly having to reset after that, constantly having to fucking just prove to everybody that it's still worth it. It's still worth it. That fight outside the cage was far harder than what I fought in the cage. And if anybody thinks that I made it look easy in that cage, it's because I fought a lot harder. I fought myself a lot harder outside the cage. You know, like this entire year was just I fought against myself. There were a lot of things that I had to realize about myself. There were a lot of things that, you know, the people that love me made me realize about me. And I'm very thankful for where I am today. I'm not happy, I'm not sad, I'm not upset, or I'm not ecstatic about any of it, because I'm very thankful for where I am. I'm very thankful that I got that first win, that my opponent had the balls to step up and fight first of all, because like 12 guys cancelled on me. You know, so I've been resetting. Like I said, I've been resetting since March. So a good 9-10 months of just having to 8-9 months of having to fucking reset again and again was just a big mind fuck. And Sachika knows that better than anybody, because like she had to go through all of that with me. You know, like there were days where I just didn't believe in myself, but she kept me believing in me. So even my family at times, you know, like there were times where I wasn't feeling like myself, and a lot of times I just needed to remind myself that I needed to be home. So instead of doing my training camp in Delhi, instead of doing my training camp in fucking Bombay this time, trying to go and find the best gym around there, I was just like, you know what, I'm going to stay at home. I'm going to be myself. And that's exactly what you saw in the cage. You saw instincts. You didn't see preparation. I kind of took the Nate Diaz route of it, like fuck preparing, fight me.
Yeah,
it.
like it prepares you until that moment, right?
After
Like
a
that's the
certain
whole
point,
idea of it.
yeah.
You can't like game plan's a very important part of it, but you know, having that presence of mind to
Yeah.
throw in those Hail Marys and see if they catch it, then you know you come off better, right?
Yeah.
And that takes preparation, dude.
Yeah.
Like I think props to you for that, man. And
No,
and the drop down to weight, was it motivated to kind of
That was motivated to kind of me having a successful career, because the reason I've been fighting at featherweight is just because I didn't want to cut so much weight when I was fighting. Like 7 kilos does sound like a lot of weight, because I walk around at 72, so 7 kilos to 65.8. It does sound like a lot, but in hindsight it wasn't really, because I got very complacent with it. I got complacent with my diet. I got complacent with everything in my life, my habits, I wasn't even training every day this time for this fight camp, because I don't know if many people know this, but I was not well 3 weeks before the fight. Babe, 3 weeks or 2 weeks?
3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah. 3 weeks before the fight, I had a crazy viral infection, which rendered me bedridden for like a week. And this was during fight camp. So battling shit like that is what, like I knew I was going to come out on top eventually. Like I knew I was going to make it to the fight. So compartmentalizing what you have to solve at what point in your life is something that I feel benefited me a lot. Because whenever I tried to overthink it, I'd overthink it to a point where it paralyzed me. Yeah, because you don't know what to do. You're just listening to everybody else around you and not listening to yourself. And at this point, I was just like, fuck that. I'm going to listen to myself. I'm going to fucking listen to myself this time. And that's what I did. And I made the right calls. Sachika helped me make the right diet moves, and just mentally keeping me in the right place this entire fight camp. You know, like every time I needed something, every time I needed to talk to somebody, she was just fucking right there. That's it. Catered to everything that I needed. All
take
my
that
tantrums.
Mike Perry approach, huh?
Yeah. She was listed as my corner man for my fight. because she
and
flew out with me. So she was listed as my contact.
how is it? How is it? Did it turn you on to watch all these men rub bodies against each other and sweat, blood? It must have felt like Game of Thrones for you with, just the condensed version of it. Like,
I couldn't focus on anyone else. All I cared about was his fight and him just not getting hurt and getting out of there like before the first round gets over.
oh
Like, I
yeah,
didn't even
when
want-
that guy was on top of him.
Bro, this man is pouring his heart out to you and you just ruin it with such a...
No, that's okay. That's the equation.
That's like the comic element.
He's the Sean O'Malley. I'm the Mike Chandler of this whole thing, bro.
Dude, like, if I ever commentated that fight, that shit would have been so biased, dude.
That shit
Like,
would have been very biased.
I can't, bro. I was just so excited over there because the whole time a guy was on top of you, I was just like, this motherfucker cannot be scoring points just by staying on top of someone. Like, just as
Yeah.
a fan, it infuriates you.
Yeah.
Fucking call me a casual. I understand, like, sometimes you've got to do that to win fights, but like, better people have done that to win fights, right?
Yeah.
Like, just stay on top and, call it a day.
Kamaru
Like,
Usman.
as though that's,
Pound
as
for pound
though,
king, yeah.
yeah, as though that's the only way to win. Cool. But holy shit, man, that nice kickback over there, like.
It was- my
How
dad
did
for
that
years,
feel like?
for years, my dad told me, you can't achieve anything off your back. I got my first fucking professional win off my back, dude. I got my first national title off my back with 3 arm bars.
Oh, fucking lit, dude.
So I don't know, I guess lying down kind of helps me, lying down in a fight, being relaxed. But that was my whole approach in this fight. Like, just be relaxed, be yourself, be creative. That's it. Because for 2.5 years, 3 years, I was not able to be extremely creative with my fighting because, I jumped from gym to gym and everybody taught me something different, right? So I thought that grappling was the way to go. I thought that you throw a jab cross, you shoot a takedown, you get the takedown, you get on top, you finish the guy. That was how a fight went. Or if you don't finish the guy, you dry hump him for 3 rounds till you win, right? And hopefully you're on top during it. Or hopefully you're on your back and you land a submission or something. But with me, whenever I'm fighting, like I think people need to know that like I'm always dangerous in a fight. Like I'm not boasting about my fighting style, but I never switch off in a fight. Like you'll never catch me slacking in a fight ever.
Or being way too fucking cocky and whatnot.
Or be
right? Like,
exactly.
yeah, just
I'm always
kinda-
tuned into it, right? So with me, I carry power into the into the final rounds of the fight as well. It's not like I don't have power in the final rounds. It's just that when my last fight that I fought before this was was at the amateur national championships, and I lost that bout to a friend. His name is Kutti. Now Kutti beat me because he was just extremely smart about that. Like he knew I was gonna bum rush him, take him to the cage, take him down. He waited for 1.5 rounds, tired me the fuck out, and then beat me up for the rest of the beat me up for the rest of the fight. And I realized that I fought with my ego over there, So fighting with your instincts and fighting with your ego are two completely fucking different things, which not a lot of people realize. But 2022 has been a year of realizing the difference between my instincts and my ego. So I think that's the biggest win I've had this entire year, not just in terms of the fight, but in terms of what it taught me. People say losses teach you a lot of fucking things, and they make you, they light a fire under you. But for me, winning has always lit more of a fire under me because I know that, okay, chalo, I can do this now. If I could do this now, I can continue doing it. I couldn't imagine doing this when I was 10. I never imagined any of this when I was 10. So today when it's happening, and it's happening with a very solid fucking set of people, with a guy just looking and appreciating how fucking awesome the Amrut whiskey looks. He's reading that shit like an encyclopedia, man. What the fuck? Huh?
Bro, you were so zoned into that shit, dog.
That can be a special effect in your fucking episodes,
Bro,
dude.
this
Huh?
man's was
Huh? From the back, just
It's just the most Tamilian, like.
what?
But dude, that's the thing, right? Siddu looking like you think he's a big guy, bro. I promise you, if you throw him in the hearts and the depths of Tamil Nadu, man, I just love to watch that. I'd love to watch
He's gonna
him
become a
go
white.
around.
He's gonna become a white chick so fast.
Hello, I speak Tamil.
Vanakkam.
இல்ல நான் ரொம்ப பேசுவேன்.
He speaks-
That's all I know how to say.
all that says in Tamil is I speak Tamil in a way that will make you want to beat me up. Like, please, it's like you're technically what you're asking is.
Listen, I speak the universal language. Money. I get people to do my bidding like you.
Bro, did he just say on
Yeah.
chat that like I can be bought with money, bro? Because you're right, but like just not a whole lot, bro. You're not that rich yet. You and I both know people who can,
Inshallah.
though. Like
Inshallah. One day,
this,
brother. Brother, one day, inshallah, brother. One day.
we know people who can buy us, though. That's just
Okay,
scary.
bro, I'll pay you to be best friend. You know how they have like Ronaldinho had that.
What?
Some footballer.
What?
Neymar pays 5 of his friends to hang out with him.
Are we going to
One
put
is
this in the
like a
podcast?
producer,
Can I
one
be
is
his
a
friend?
director, one is events planner. Nikhil will be my friend, bro, like that. Hey, get me the stuff.
Bro, this guy couldn't score. Bro, this guy couldn't crush, bro. How am I going to let him score?
Tell people of the world that Kondwa is the place to go. Have some
Fucking shit, I didn't even think of it like that,
Really
bro.
funny to tell
I
people
didn't even
this
think
shit.
of it like
Not
that.
like this. We use this as source.
Imagine.
Bro,
Imagine.
gang will come hunt you in Dubai.
It'll be so
They'll be
sad. Bro, at the end of the day, I'm the reason Kondwa became a tourist attraction. Like,
There'll be more traffic in Wano now.
Oh no.
Shit.
nice
And we
try.
cut from here. Next.
Yes, next.
So you remember.
See, that's
Siddu,
why
I
we
need another drink.
See, that's why. That's why.
Shout out to our resident bartender Siddu.
Mixologist.
And-
Resident bartender, I think I'm gonna hire.
He's a mixologist.
Yeah, get your facts right, bro.
I also apologize for the state of my voice because currently it sounds like I deep throated a massive cock, and I know from the stories most of you think that it might be Siddu's, but no, it's not. It's not. It's not
I think it's a
Siddu's.
different cock, but it's a cock nevertheless.
I like how stuck you feel right now. Like, I
Shit.
like that there's nothing I
did
can
not-
say to make this
He
better.
did not. He didn't.
There is nothing I can say to make this better.
Dude, the you know one thing I'm really happy about is that this whole thing started off as one tiny podcast that we dreamt of like 2 years ago,
Yeah.
saying that one day we'll do this in Pune, be in a state of chronic nirvana, like like if Pune cocks are not watching this. You're fighting a guy, it's a fresh challenge, and you're just getting warmed up for the next one. That's exactly what I fucking love to see, right? Like, if anything, like, bro, we've been in this shit since the very first time we met. We
Yeah.
started talking,
That was about the time
Like-
I started to compete, like, properly, so.
and like, bro, no matter what, man, I've always had that faith in you. But fuck, watching you do that shit just increased that faith tenfold, man. Where'd you pull that fucking strength in you to just go through that grind and
On holiday?
Yeah, we're supposed to be chilling, bro. Like,
Chilling.
red panty night for a while, and then you skip the red panty night, huh?
Skip the red panty night too. Like, I skipped a lot of things growing up, so like skipping the good things for me isn't very hard to do. So, but for me, what I enjoy is training. Like, for me, I enjoy the lifestyle. I enjoy being Karan Chauhan the fighter. Like, I quite like that. Even though I can just be myself. Like for the week that I was in Koh Samui, I didn't train one bit, and that was the 1 week I feel I deserved. Because even after my fight, although it had the spectacular ending that it did, like, I wasn't very satisfied with my win, because I know that I could have done a lot better. I could have been more technical. A lot of could have.
You didn't like the fact that he took you down, huh? You just didn't that didn't sit well with you, did it? Like,
It still doesn't, dude. Like,
right?
it still doesn't, but,
Like the motherfucker, you had the audacity to take me down. Alright, bro, that's not happening again. Like,
That's not happening again, dude. And if I wish somebody takes me down the next time. Like, I didn't like that he took me down at his will, but I hope somebody takes me down the next time. Like quite honestly speaking, because there's so many things that I wanted to do in that fight that I was getting my bearings in that fight, to be very honest, and I was feeling out a lot of things, and that a lot of people might call that a bitch approach to the fight, but to me, I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to win. I didn't want to go 0-1 that night.
because this guy was sipping it like one nice Fanta, had and he kept it with that.
Wait, I'm the ad?
Yeah, you're the truth. Cheers.
Cheers, my friend. Thank you for finally coming out to Pune. Thank you for making this happen. But more than anything, like, thank you for being so enthusiastic about everything, dude. Like, everything from the fucking start. Like, quite genuinely. Like, my only thought when I was turning pro was, fuck, Nikhil's gonna love this, bro. He gets to talk shit now on behalf of me in front of the whole world.
Bro, I'm looking forward to that, man. Growing up, especially in school, like, I was super enthused with WWE, and not a lot of people actually see this, but there are a lot of parallels to be drawn from WWE and sports entertainment and UFC, because they're doing the same thing now. Because WWE was just controlled physical action and scripted physical action mixed with entertaining featurettes, right? Like, there was a
Featurettes
lot
and
of words,
World
and a lot
class
of things
physical
being said.
attributes on people, athleticism, showmanship, a lot of showmanship. Like, a lot of that,
100%.
dude.
100%. So it was showmanship mixed with drama, mixed with athleticism. And that's kind of exactly what we're getting with MMA these days, right? And whether you like it or not, entertainment is a massive feature. And I think part of the reason why not a lot of promotions strike it big is because they kind of miss the mark with that entertainment feature, and you need that. You need people fighting the good fight, fighting the right fight, you know, in the true martial artist way. But at the end of the day, we live in a world that's really controlled and guided by numbers, and numbers are often drawn from drama and attention and shit. You've got to spurs things up, man.
Fuck yeah.
You got to, but that's the thing. Like we do, you know, I don't know a whole lot of people. Just find me marks, bro. You know, but I feel like I'll just make people laugh, bro. If I ever cornered you in the UFC, I'd just be chatting shit and make you laugh.
You'd be just chatting
like
shit.
midway, like grab him by the ball sack.
By the way, that would be keeping me a lot more calm than what advice my cornermen were giving me.
Oh
But-
man, what advice were your cornermen giving you?
Dude, they gave some excellent fucking advice, man. I was exaggerating, but like they gave some excellent fucking advice. They just told me to be calm. That's it. So I knew my opponent wasn't a grappler. I'm not shitting on my opponent. I'm just telling people what was going through my mind during the fight. I knew that he wasn't known for his grappling. I didn't know how much he had been grappling. He felt physically quite strong when he was on top of me, but when he took me down, like I knew that there wasn't going to be anything too threatening besides maybe ground and pound, and I was ready for that. I was like, okay, I'm gonna block and slip with all those punches, and he connected with a few. I'm not going to lie, but nothing that hurt me, nothing that made me feel phased at any point. So when I didn't feel phased, I knew that I could stay more and more and more relaxed, and with everything that he was doing, he was expelling more effort, right? So every time he was trying to move, I was just trying to move with him and square up with him, so he didn't try to pass guard or didn't try to get into a better position. Just kept him in my guard. When I saw him get a little sloppy with the right hand and I let him get a little comfortable with landing a few things and then blocking and slipping a few things, I don't know if it was his left hand, sorry, landed a big left hand on me, and I used that momentum. I rolled with the punch. I used that momentum to kind of grab onto his wrist, and I threw up the armbar from a very weird angle, which is why I didn't get it all that right. It was almost in. And he was just so physically strong that he picked me up and he flung me. But before he flung me, I realized that, okay, if he flings me, I'm going to look like a bitch. So I let go, but he flung me nonetheless. And I looked like a bitch. But when I fell on the floor, I kind of stopped myself with my elbows and stayed tuned in. Like I said, I'm always trying to be dangerous in a fight. I'm always trying to hurt you in a fight. I'm never switched off. I'm never switched off. I'm never saying that there's no chance that you're going to get knocked out. There's every chance in every minute, in every round, in every second. Because with that fight, it was very special to me, and more than wanting that win, I needed that win. So when I saw the opening, I threw a Hail Mary, I threw that up kick. And it's not like I practiced that up kick, but it's just I've stayed calm enough in training to kind of land it in fun in training sometimes. And this was one of those times where I was like, fuck it, do it, see what happens.
Yeah,
and
go for it.
And he fell down, and I hit him with 2 right hands on his way down, and he was down and out. And at that point, I just couldn't believe that I did that.
Yeah, dude, me
I was
neither.
like, I hit him with the up kick. I'm like, maine kiya,
Bro, like that,
maine kiya.
Bro,
And his eyes were still open, and I was just like, Karan, fucking finish him. And then I hit him with 2 right hands, and it was over, man. Like, and he couldn't have been nicer about it after the fight. You know, he was very nice about it. Like, we spoke, and there was no bad blood. There was no nothing. We just parted ways in the most respectful way that we both possibly
you kicked
could.
him in the chin, bro. Like, he's not going to be like, yeah, bro, fuck. Like, what if you did it to him again, bro? Like, it's India.
Man, like, yeah.
Oh my God,
like,
man.
I don't know. It was something I needed more than I wanted. You know, because if you just want it, people say you have to want it. You have to want it. You have to want it. It's just, I think it's the most bullshit advice you can possibly give anybody that will make them complacent. Just because you want it doesn't mean you're going to get it. Because the world doesn't give you what you fucking want, right?
Oh, 100%.
It gives you what you need, not what you deserve. What you fucking need, whether you deserve it or you don't, right?
You need a lot of things.
See?
You need a lot.
Bro, Karan had this really cool fucking story. I don't know if you want to talk about it. Like, I'll leave it to you. But remember that thing where you stood up to this guy, and I made a story out of it. Coming soon to.
Such badhai. So I was. Want to talk about it?
Yes, yeah, it's a spoiler alert for my short film. Cool, but anyway, like.
You sure? Cool. So, Sachika's mom was very kind enough to make us pani puri one day, right? She loves feeding me, and I just say okay to anything that she gives me to eat, to be honest, because I fucking love the food at their house. So, I think I broke Santa, bro. Shit, my bad. So we were at this place called Badhai Sweets that gives you some of the most excellent pani puri that you'll ever get in Pune. Fucking shout out. Yeah, but we were standing in line, and it was particularly hot on this day, and it was like we both were kind of hungry and peeved off. So Sachika was like, why don't these people that are standing in front of us who already have their order move from the middle? And this one guy who had no business saying anything to either of us just started speaking some shit to her. So I got in between them, and he was like, hey, chal. He was telling Sachika this, So I was just like, okay, you can talk to me like that, you can get away with it with me, but you talk to her like that, you're fucking dead. You're fucking dead. Anybody disrespects her in any way, you're fucking dead. So I got in between them. I still tried to be a little calm about it, but I tried to confront him and be a little assertive. And then he was just like, "Tera 2 minute mein nikalenga idhar, mother chod, chutiye, laude, blah blah blah." Just fucking.
Classic.
Yeah, exactly. Pune for you, bro. Like this is Pune for everybody, guys. But this was a particularly wrong person to want to pick a fight with, because I didn't know if he had any friends around, and Sachika was with me, right? Like if I was alone, I would have taken that chance. I would have fucking taken his head off, but probably gotten my career gone down the drain. But since she was with me, it was a bit sobering for me, because I knew that, okay, I can't act like a hot-headed asshole over here right now. So I said, okay, sorry, you're right, I'm wrong, I'm sorry, and we walked away. That fucked with me so much that when I came back and told Nikhil that story, I was physically in fucking tears trying to hold back my anger, right? And he knows this, and more than it hurting my ego, like I'm not somebody that operates with my ego. I don't let it control me. But that was one of those days where I don't know, I wanted to get it back. I wanted to get him back, but I realized, okay, I can use this anger. I can put it into good use with training. I can put it into good use with being disciplined with other things. Like being disciplined with my good habits every day.
Yeah.
Just channel all that fucking anger and energy into doing what you...
all the good habits in your
that's it.
daily. Wake
That's
up
it.
where you go to sleep at night
That's
at
it.
9 o'clock. You wake up
Conduct
in the
yourself like
morning
a
and
professional
pray.
inside and outside the cage.
Like, very good guy you are, no?
Conduct yourself.
The way he talks about like all my good habits, like he's pitching for a head ball, like he's just...
But like, as an artist, don't you think
Yep.
that it's more impressive that you have that power to fuck someone up?
Definitely, but it's a good skill to walk around with. It's a good skill to have in your back pocket, because you know that if he was I knew that if he was the first one to throw a punch or throw a kick or the guy he didn't look like he could lift his hand, forget throwing a kick. But like I said, I didn't know if he had friends, right? So there's a difference between being macho and being an idiot.
Of course, but
Right.
like you being...
Brian, come here. Get on camera. I want to...
Come.
Nice, you come here. You're getting on cam, bro. Come here. You chill, bro. We'll play some Stone Cold music for Brian, baby. Let's go. Yeah, bro. Fuck cold shit, Brian. Let's fucking go.
No, I was just saying, like,
Come to side a little more.
Come.
I need you in frame. There we go.
if like you being a martial artist, it's like sometimes when you're like hot-headed and shit, you're faced with this situation of like, man, I can fuck this guy up if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But you not doing that, that's like more power to you.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Because
don't you ever like absorb that? Does that make you ever like feel better? It's like, man, I could have fucked him up if I wanted to, but I didn't. So I'm the bigger.
my dad told me something that I'll always fucking remember. Always. Like he told me that being a man is not about being hot-headed and showing that you're top dog. It's about stepping up when you need to.
That is what my
And
coach
that
character
just-
says in the short film. Exactly that, bro. See, everyone, this guy came to me and said the sweet things, like, I came and talked to Nikhil, I was nearly in tears. The truth was, I was out there with my notebook just taking every fucking step down, like, yeah, baby. Oh, what else did he say? Fantastic. No, your pain is my success, bro. Like, you don't understand. I have to milk you for this. You don't understand how grateful I am for you, bro.
Every
Like,
sad story I have to tell you're
But
giving
both,
it the right
but
word.
both you guys are like that. You practice Muay Thai too, and like, dude, you're also a physically big guy. Like, you've been training for a year. When people fuck with you, don't you ever go like, I can knock you the fuck out?
Yeah, don't you go like, I can throw a
Yeah,
spinning
like you've
elbow.
got,
What's your, like,
you've
what's
been
your take
training
on
long enough to do that. How do you deal with it? Like,
I deal with it in the gym. Like, I'm fortunate enough to like to be able to go to a gym and like train every day. So it's like if somebody fucks with me, if someone fucks with me in the gym, it's different because then like you're inspiring, then I can take it out on them. But like somebody fucks with me outside, it's like there's so many times there's like some dude in line or something. It's like and he kind of like acts like he's a big dude or like a big shot or something. So you just have to eat it, dude, because it's different when you're like him as like a professional fighter is different because he has so much more to gain. But even like as a human being, when you're out like in the street and stuff, there's like no rules. So you can slip and like crack your neck, or the other dude can have a knife or whatever.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
many factors, dude.
Yeah.
Like you have to factor into that equation about weapons, because that's a big thing.
oh yeah.
As much as we practice and as much as we know that we have this discipline, we have this skill, at the end of the day, it's a skill. It's not an instinct, right? So that's the difference between being an athlete and being a fighter, right? Just because you're a fighter doesn't mean you're a fucking fighter. You have to have natural instinct in the street to be able to
Other way
fuck
around,
someone
right?
up. And
If you're
hurt.
an athlete, you're competing, but like a fighter, someone who fights.
That's what I said. You have to have natural instinct as a fighter.
Yeah. Fighters
when
are
you're competing, when you're an athlete, you have to learn and condition yourself to abide by a certain set of rules to win a fight. Because if you Peter Yan Sterling, what he did in their first fight, if you do that to somebody, you're gonna get as dominant as Peter Yan was in that fight. You saw the kind of flack that he got for it, right? It wasn't a pretty thing. It wasn't, and I think that he did a beautiful job at winning that fight. If he had kept his composure and not gone out of the rules, I think that would have been one of the best title wins ever, title defenses ever, and it was till he got DQ'd. But
That was unfortunate.
But if I'm lying on my knees in a fight and I'm trying to take the guy down and he decides to throw another knee, there's no one to stop him from doing that, right?
Yeah.
I am a fighter. I know that I will be able to handle something like that. Now I'm making a personal statement about it because, like, I'm not scared of fighting anybody in the street. It just depends on who's with me. Do I want to be stupid about it? Do I want to be smart about it? Or is this guy really worth it? Is this really fucking worth it? Like, I know I can kill you. I know I can fucking murder you if I get your back. Because you don't know how to defend that. I obviously can't murder another fighter because the fighter knows when to tap out and I'm conditioned to let him go when he taps out. Right? But this guy doesn't know when to tap out. I'm waiting for him to go out and I don't know how long it's going to take for him to go out because I'm used to a referee pulling me off. But I won't stop till I finish you. Now that depends on what your threshold for pain is. If it kills you, right? Exactly. So you can't be stupid about these things. Like you can't go about and keep showing how strong you are everywhere because that's not what makes you a professional.
100%. And like honestly, bro, there's so much truth to it because, and that's one of the reasons. And that truth is the reason why I put so much importance onto martial arts training too, because it enables you to also be athletic to a certain degree. Because right now, I live in Toronto. Bro, that's a very unsafe city. Like, you know, as much as people talk about it, it's a fuck. What, bro? There's so many of us. Why do you think it's unsafe, bro? There's way too many of us. Way too many of us fucking immigrants over there. I'm just kidding. Too many, right? Like
you're not getting PR, bro.
Bro, bro, how often do? Man, like I don't even get into it. My point is that like everyone has fears, right? Like recently, a friend of mine, she was like, oh, I feel very scared to, you know, walk down the street because I'm going to get mugged. And I'm like, look, if you get mugged, nothing's going to stop you. You're going to get fucking mugged, right? So the only thing that could possibly prevent you is your athleticism and your fitness to maybe outrun the guy. I'm not saying fight, but like, you know, be fit enough to run the fuck away. And that's what kind of drives me to go to the gym and do my shit. Like, you know, for whatever reason, like the ability for me to maybe scale something up, vault myself over and fucking just free run across something for safety, right? Because you know, when that flight or fight instinct kicks in, right, I want to be somewhat rational about my thought because that's where, like, you know, things like being calm and collected comes into play, not being, you know, irrationally scared of these situations, right?
Yeah.
It all just comes back to being in such an unsafe space, being in that place where potentially you're going to get, your safety really is in your own hands, dude. Like, there was an incident at one of our stores where we called the cops and the fucking cops came half an hour later. Like, we could have been dead. We could have been bodies on the floor. Those guys would have come there, gone to the Tim Hortons, come back and go like, fuck it, call it a day. Like, I guess it just comes down to the importance of learning how to defend yourself and fight yourself and having that fighter instinct in some shape or form in the tiniest fucking way. And again, people just don't get that these days because
what people don't realize is that fighting is a very instinctual thing. If somebody clocks you in the jaw, what are you going to do? You're going to take it like a bitch and run away, or are you going to fucking stand there and be like, okay, I'm going to give one back to him?
You got to do two things.
What's your natural instinct? What's your natural instinct?
I mean, dude, like you said, sometimes it might just be the smarter decision to take that punch, but knowing that, you know what, I'm a strong motherfucker that can take a punch and I'm secure about it to be chill.
I'm talking about it instinctually. I'm talking
yeah,
about
no shit, you're going to fight the motherfucker.
natural instinct to slap the guy back in his face, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Somebody says something to your girl, you don't want to smack him in his face, right?
Yeah, of course you're going to want to, but like you've got to be, you've got to have a crazy fucking degree of control.
Between being a guy and a man, right there. And every man understands how to fight. Every man understands that, okay, when it's time to fucking step up, it's time to step up.
You just had some realization, fuck, I'm a guy.
No,
I'm a guy.
No, you're not a guy. Just because you can't fight doesn't mean you will take shit, right?
No, I went to Canada for 1 year. I got very confused about my sexuality and gender, bro. Trust me. I entered the country. I was like, am I a guy? Ah, yeah, sure.
I like this episode, dude. This is the best episode we've had so
I mean,
far.
it has to be, right? Because right
Yeah.
now, the thing that
Yeah.
you said, it's very important for a man to know when to throw hands, when not to, right? Because you've just got to have some level of physical awareness to protect those around you and yourself, right? You just have to.
Yeah.
Again, we're animals, right?
Yeah.
And Jordan Peterson said this too. If you're not dangerous and you're a passive human being, you're not some big guy. You're just a weak man. But when you know you can kill a motherfucker and you choose not to, and you make that choice, that very conscious choice, that's what makes you a strong man, because you're fighting that instinct day and night. Like, you're choosing not to do that, right?
You're not necessarily doing that. You're developing rationality in your head. So
That's what martial arts is about, right?
The rational thing to do. No, it's a human thing to do. Martial arts, like, it's secondary in it, but it's taught in martial arts, but that's secondary. When rationality becomes a thing in your head is when you start to grow up. Because if you react badly, now you can either react in two ways. You can either fight back and be an idiot. You can run away and be an idiot. There's two ways of being an idiot.
Yeah.
Right? Where not being an idiot is in that fucking, like, read between the lines over there. Right? You're not being scared, you're not being overly emotional about it or angry about it. You're trying to be rational about it to the point where you're able to walk away from it knowing what you could have done but didn't do it. That's not being a fighter, that's just being rational. You know what I mean?
But
Like,
it's very hard to be rational. It's
exactly.
so fucking
it is
hard to be that rational.
It is. And certain disciplines in life will give you that rationality. Even if you go to the gym every day, that shit will give you rationality, because to a certain extent, guys that do go to the gym and have vanity, show muscles, whatever you want to call it, like, they can fuck people up. It's just a mentality issue for them. Like, they just don't have that dog in them. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about all bodybuilders, all gym goers. I'm saying majority of them can, they just don't. The majority of them do have just show muscles, but a lot of them can't fuck people up.
So-
and that's what I feel makes me stand out, because I'm a skinny guy. Like, I'm a little
Right.
insecure about that shit. I don't have abs. I'm pretty insecure about that
Hey,
shit.
bro, don't,
everybody's
He's like,
jacked.
take your clothes off, guys. You have abs, bro.
Only chat, not chat.
Dude, okay, look, see, Sachika,
The missus says no, sorry.
Sachika, the thing is, like,
Yeah.
Karan, as much as I love him, right, that MMA career can go till like 36. After that, it's my job to kind of put him on my casting couch. Like, he's got to have those abs over there, right, is what I'm saying.
Dying for those.
Look, Karan, I'm telling you, after your MMA days are done, I'll make sure your OnlyFans account fucking makes it big, bro. It's going to be fucking fire.
You'll get some cut.
Co-producer! you can be
You can star
Karan.
in it
Sachika, you can be Karan's Andrew Tate.
with me.
Yeah.
We just had to clarify.
She can be your Andrew Tate, bro. I'm telling you, just pin them out completely.
I was better in the kitchen.
You did not just say that on camera, my Jan.
I was better in the kitchen making my drink.
It's better.
I thought-
What we
But, like,
talk?
okay, I want to ask you, like, as a smaller fighter, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're like a lighter dude, and
Yeah.
if like these bigger dudes like hit you and shit, like if you get rocked, right?
Yeah.
What's like one thing you dig down and kind of like, oh, I need to stay in the fight instead of like just being like, fuck it, done.
So, like, as everybody knows, and I've said a fucking million times, and I'm tired of saying it now, I used to get bullied as a kid, right? I'm not tired of talking about what good that did me, but I'm tired of just, like, acknowledging it again and again. But what that did teach me was to keep my composure. And when you keep your composure, you can analyze the situation for what it is, not what you want it to be, right? When you can do that, you can come up with a very calculated, rational way of dealing with it, or knowing that you have these skills, knowing that you have these in your back pocket. You can fuck this person up. Even if they rock you in a fight, like even if I'm sparring and somebody bigger does rock me in a fight, if that's what your question was.
Right.
My natural instinct in sparring is to create space again, collect my thoughts, not let him hit me. So whatever that takes, if it means he's a good striker and I have to take him down and negate his strikes, that's what I do. If it means that if that means he's a great grappler, I know that I have to create space and be wary of his takedowns and his overhands that he might throw. So I'm dangerous at all times in a fight, but I'm also very aware of what can happen to me in a fight, right? So I'm not taking stupid chances in a fight. I'm not swinging for the fences. I'm not doing random shit in a fight. I'm doing what I know I've drilled. I'm reacting. So
But you never had like
Yeah.
that situation of like, screw the game plan, I just wanna.
I just did for this entire fight camp.
Okay.
So
Loki went the Mike Chandler way, like, hey.
So I know it's very contrary to whatever I've said right now, being calculated, being prepared, being all these things, but sometimes you can't be prepared for certain things life throws at you, right? You can't be prepared for everything. You can't be prepared to deal with everything in the right way. Sometimes dealing with it in the wrong way makes you realize that you could have dealt with it better, but you're glad that you were honest with yourself about it. You were honest with yourself enough to be able to deal with it the right way. Or even if it was the... What are you doing, dude? I've been lost at talking. I'm saying the right way like 3 times just because I'm trying to figure out what you're doing.
Refill, bro.
Weird dance to take the glasses.
That
I
was
thought it was doing some
thank you.
kinky shit, bro. I thought it was doing like an Egyptian dance, bro.
Ask you for your glass or something like that. Just goes ahead and
All you got to
Nice
say
guy,
is matcha,
bro.
bro. No, what was I talking about? So you have to know when you have to know when the fight should come in and when the game plan should go out.
Yeah.
You know, because if you try to rely solely on a game plan, you're going to overthink it. And this is just me personally. Like a lot of fighters do rely on game plans. I'm not shitting on anybody. I'm not saying that their way is the wrong way. I'm just saying this is what works for me.
Multi-pronged approach, right?
Right. And if anybody that does fight like me knows what instinct means and knows what instinct feels like, because a lot of humans in general don't know what fucking instinct feels like, because they've been taught that I have to go to upper KG, so I have to go to nursery, lower KG, upper KG, 1st to 10th, 10th to 12th, college, job, be in a sad ass life just in this rat race, and then you fucking like I'm just saying that like that's not for me. That's not for me. As much as I respect people for being able to do that, I just can't do it. I would have hung myself 3 years ago if I genuinely was stuck in that sort of situation, and I fought very hard to be out of that and to do what I love. So I speak about it as passionately as I do. But again, to finally answer your fucking question, to finally get to the fucking point, I feel like, yes, I do feel like my experience bullying did get me the right mentality to adapt into sparring the right way, because everybody I spar with is bigger than me, dude. Right. Everybody. I'm not a very big guy. Like I'm 5'10", but I'm not a very like physically big, broad. I'm very lanky. I'm very thin.
Yeah, you're a beta male.
Yeah, I'm a beta male. I look like a beta male, bro. That's it.
Exactly.
he's far from a big.
Yeah, I mean, most dangerous beta male then.
I know, right? Like,
Right, babe? Right, babe? Is that right? Cool, thank you.
yeah, like on pegging Tuesdays. Or
That's it. That's it.
Someone else that
Shut the fuck up, everybody, about this.
deals with that aspect.
You outsource this work to someone else.
Look at the analyst talking about it so fucking corporately. You outsource your pegging work, Macha. That's
yeah,
it.
bro.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're talking about strap on Saturdays. Just like,
You cannot have pegging dudes.
How does the conversation go from beating this entire year to fucking strap-on Saturdays, dude? What the fuck?
oh, sometimes you just gotta learn to let it go. But finally, answering his question about the importance to, the importance of being impulsive and not always sticking to that game plan.
That's what he said.
Right.
At this point, yes.
Yeah.
He understood. He put the pieces together.
Oh, 100%, bro. Like, the crazy thing is, how much I'm able to relate to the shit that you go through. Because, like, you being a fighter on water, I was just like, okay, bro, this dude is alpha mailing in a fucking alpha male pit, bro. Like, I can't ever imagine being in that. But, like, you train, right? Do you see yourself fighting? It's a different ball game.
Yeah, do you see yourself fighting? That's an
I don't
interesting
like,
question.
Like, I've wanted to fight, but I don't like the mindset that fighting puts you in. I don't like being a violent guy because you have to be.
Go ahead.
You have to be in like a serious violent mindset, like you want to hurt the other person. I don't like feeling that way. Like I felt that way once for like a couple of weeks, and like it was like a smoker fight, but I don't like feeling that way. So
What happened? What happened?
Walk us through it if you want to talk about it.
I mean, it was nothing. Like I just like if you want to win, right? Everybody
Yeah,
just
fuck
wants to
yeah, you
win,
do,
right?
yeah.
So you always have to like build your opponent up into like a version of this is the worst person. He's like the villain or whatever. Like.
He's really not.
But I mean, that's what I've been told, and to win, and like a lot of the MMA guys that like I fight with, they say like, oh yeah, you train, you cut weight, blah blah blah, all that stuff. But if you want to fight, a lot of it is like it's about like maybe 40% mindset of you trying to push through, and you actually every strike you throw needs to have that accuracy and
Intent to hurt.
yeah, it's like venom behind it.
Yeah, there's that's one more thing.
See,
right?
this is
That's not
a
crazy.
beautiful depiction of what I mean preparing and overthinking looks like.
Maybe,
You know,
yeah.
you're in your own head about it even
Yeah.
before your opponent's in your head.
And like
Your
I just-
opponent hasn't set up a shop in your head. He set up a colony in your head. If you think like that already,
I
dude.
mean,
Like,
fair,
it's-
but
yeah.
it's not,
Yeah.
It's not so much about like
Worse than the
how-
British.
It's not so much about how like I'm afraid of him or whatever.
Mhm.
It's just about me trying to get in because I like it sounds corny as hell, but I like the art for the art itself.
Right.
You know?
Fair
I
enough.
don't want to fucking.
But you don't want to paint.
Find
You like appreciating the art. You like indulging in it.
Yeah.
But not. But maybe going in and being the artist himself
I mean,
is
like
a scary
my
place,
friends
right?
fight, and like I spar with them, and some of them are like TBA national champions and stuff. In
Oh,
Muay Thai,
shit.
So I spar with them, and they're pretty great. So I know I can like hold my own a little bit at least in a fight. So I know I can like probably fight, but I don't want.
So
to.
if I put you in
Hey, can we
Sheikh
do like 3
Colony in
rounds after
Gisses,
this? Like I have my gloves, yeah.
Sure.
Cool. Just like touch sparring, so
Sure,
it's
sure,
cool.
sure.
Touch part.
Yeah.
That's it.
yeah, I'll throw you in Sheikh Colony. You'll be fine.
Shit.
Toss you as in Sheikh Colony.
But
We'll
see,
make fun of someone's girl, bro.
if this does help you be able to fight one day, I want to say that it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be in a bad mindset, angry mindset, violent mindset. It's none of those things. The calmer you are, and the more you understand your sport, and the more you understand why you're doing what you're doing, when you fight for a bigger cause, not for the sake of fighting. Maybe it's not that for everybody, but
Right.
when you know that you're trying to get better as a person, when you know that you're trying to get more honest with yourself, fighting will make you more fucking honest with yourself in less than 3 seconds, more than any counselor, psychologist, friend telling you anything. That shit will show you the mirror faster than the mirror itself will.
But then also like I'm not as passionate about it as
Yeah,
you. Like,
exactly,
You know, like
so-
you're so passionate about it. And
Why
there's
I
fire in you, yeah, so-
why I encourage people to do this is just because it'll help them be better people. Like it doesn't have to
For
be
sure.
you don't have to be passionate about fighting. You just have to get a fight to fucking know where you're at. That's it.
I mean, a lot of people.
Just get a fight, know where you're at. That's it. That's it. You don't have to win. You don't have to lose. You have to be like,
True.
cool. I like the outcome. That's it.
I also feel like everybody has to get
Yeah.
punched in their face at least
That's
once
it.
in their life.
That's it. Everybody.
And people
fucking
don't
should.
get punched in the face enough today,
Yeah.
so they come up with these 4 problems to fucking worry about and go like, sometimes it just makes you wonder. Like I'm telling you, like 10 months in Canada, the only thing in my head
Yeah,
is
they have campus safe
none of
spaces,
you
bro.
guys
Shit.
have been punched in the face enough.
Yeah.
Universities have campus safe spaces. I'm not shitting on universities for this, but come on, man. Learn to deal with your problems.
What is that? What's that?
Exactly. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. Thank you. So it's this really woke thing that colleges and universities, Ivy League universities are doing now for students. I think it's a good thing, but it's called a campus safe space. This campus safe space is where you can't fuck with anybody of any kind. So it's just like a library. You have to go and be quiet because something you say might fucking offend somebody. That's what I think about it, bro. That's how I imagine it would be. And my friend who goes to a very high level Ivy League university in the US told me this, and I was like, that is the fruitiest fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire fucking life, bro. Like now, as much as I am for mental health and as much as I am for people being right mentally, I'm just saying, get punched in the face once.
This is going to be offended for sure.
Fuck yeah, bro, go for it.
A lot of people are going to be.
My
No,
lawyer
lot of
sitting
peop-
behind the camera at school, she can hear everything I'm saying.
Nah, bro, like it is, but there's so much truth to it, right? Like.
What? Yeah.
Thumbs up, you got it.
Yes.
No, because like, I think the biggest thing people are running away from these days is confrontation, right?
That's it.
And they're like, see, self-doubt, self-hate, yeah, they're very toxic things, but they're a result of confronting yourself sometimes. Like that's when you
Yeah.
find that huge degree of self-doubt and a lot of hate. Like I face that a lot. Like, and I'm not going to put it down as a fucking mental illness. I'm not going to take a mental health week from work for this shit
Yeah.
because
You're a
I'm
man, you
having a
gotta
bad
go to
week,
work, bro.
right?
That's it.
Like, you know, but you confront it and say, okay, cool, like this shit exists, like life isn't supposed to be as happy-go-lucky. There are fucking problems, but we're not special because we have problems.
You know who made me realize
you know?
this first in my life? Sachika and I moved in together in March in Bombay. We were living with a roommate and she used to go to work every day regardless of how fucking tired this girl was. Now she's 5'1" and she's not a very physically intimidating person, but she has more will than any fighter I've ever known in my life. Like, I'm not just saying that because I'm her boyfriend, but I'm noticing this as a fucking human being looking at somebody struggling and going for it every day. Every day she would fucking wake up at 6:30 in the morning, regardless of how good or bad she was feeling. Get to the station on time after changing, after dealing with my shit in the morning. Getting to the station. No, we weren't traveling through the train at that point, right? Like, yeah, we were going in the car. But she would get in her car and she would get to work, and which was a fucking 1.5 to 2 hour drive away every fucking day. Every
Bombay
day.
traffic, eh?
In Bombay traffic. Bombay 9 o'clock office traffic. 9 o'clock office traffic. That shit is no joke. And anybody that's watching this that lives in Bombay knows what
And
the fuck
anybody
I'm
who
talking
lives in
about.
Sharjah also knows. All you Rashidia fucks sitting out there going like, I work in jail.
But yeah, like this girl showed me that you don't have to be a fighter to have. This girl taught me that you don't have to be a fighter to have grit and determination to do what the fuck you want to do. Like as much as I
Yeah.
hate a desk job, like I can't imagine that shit for me. I genuinely can't imagine that shit. But the way she would do it, it made me respect what she does and people in the corporate world do. Like when I understood stuff about where her dad was also in the corporate world, I was like, oh, he's like Kamaru Usman, bro. I'm like, oh, he's like Khabib. He's like Khabib in India. Like it's like that. And I'm like, okay, it's everything. Everybody's living the same parallel. We're all just people that are getting left behind are just the ones that are moving slowly. And she is moving faster than anybody that I've ever known. So I'm just trying to keep up.
No, the fight and the dog comes out everywhere, right? Like, you know, that way you've been a big fucking inspiration to me in that sense, right?
Yeah.
Like fighting your battles and whatnot.
Look at the way
like,
this group came together today, dude. That's it. Everybody just has something in common. That's it. Half Parsi, half Parsi. Never met him in my life.
What do we have in common?
We love Nikhil.
Listen. I don't love.
We love luxury travel.
Oh, that's something.
We can't live without it, dude.
Yeah, he flew
You
business
guys are
class right
mocking
now.
me.
I'm not mocking you.
Business class right now, back from Thailand.
Yeah, I flew back to business class.
That cannot be the common factor. That's ridiculous.
You share a sense of luxury. You should both be on Dubai bling and Pune bling respectively, bro.
Bro, you know the
Fucking
hierarchy of those two
fucks.
cities in the world. You know the hierarchy. You know how far down that hierarchy I am. Can you not say it like that, please? You're like Pune bling, bro. How do you spell Pune? Fucking.
Eat my dick.
I've
bro.
heard people pronounce it Pune.
I've heard Poon.
Poon. I've heard Poon.
Boontown.
Poon Town. P-Town.
You did say it was Poon Town.
I said it was P-Town.
Karan, you gave me a lot of hopes. You told me that if I walked down the streets of Pune, looked down at a girl and smiled,
Yeah,
I could talk to her.
You could what?
Then I could strike up a conversation.
Yeah,
and it would work.
you can strike up a conversation for
I
sure.
don't look.
Very open and friendly.
Yeah, they are very friendly
At
over
least
here.
like our age group.
Maybe not to you though.
No one to me.
Yeah.
No, I opened my mouth for 2 minutes.
Like this, they were full like flattering him, dude.
Who?
Those
Because they
people
thought you were gay.
You're exactly like a symbiosis student.
I
You fit
need
in
to-
so well.
I will be your wingman.
Yes. Yes.
Hello, that role is taken.
I will be better at it.
Joe, wing
Oh my
woman.
god.
You want to be the wing woman?
80% of the time I'm that role. I get him action. But now, my mission for the 20% is to make sure his cock is full strapped, bro. There's lock, key, everything, bro.
It's
The only way
good.
he's getting fucked if it's by another dick. Then it's okay. No problem.
That's it. It just goes the other way. It doesn't go
so-
there.
Are
Yeah,
you
that's it.
really in a relationship? I'm very confused.
Bro, you guys are like a marriage, bro. What the fuck?
Mission successful.
Mission successfully failed, guys. Just
I'm just glad if anyone wants to make me a cuck, it's my dude best friend and not my wife or girlfriend, bro. I'm just happy.
Others who want
Amen
this
to that
dating
shit,
that
dude.
Already, it's your wife doing it. Actually, no, I'm the husband, you're the wife, yes.
yeah, who's the top, who's the bottom? I can't tell.
Yo, Siddu.
One sec.
Excuse
Siddu, come
me,
here, come
Siddu.
here.
Are you?
Come in front of the camera. One sec. Come in front of the camera. One second.
I know.
One second.
My face is hidden, bro.
Siddu, are you just
We'll hide your face, just
appropriating
come here.
gender roles? Are you appropriating gender roles?
Yes.
Why did the light go off? This is fun.
Fuck yeah.
He got scared right now.
Come sit here, na. Join the podcast.
Yes.
I don't got makeup on. I'm
Sachika.
very-
No
This is
one
a
cares.
candid thing. I'm sitting. I've been wearing this t-shirt all day.
Sachika, team, like, this is, see, at the end of the day, right, this is what it is, right? Anyone has a problem, they can go suck a cock. So, like, really,
I think that's why she doesn't want to be on the podcast.
Fair enough.
She doesn't want to be the girl, yes, I am the one who sucks cocks.
no,
I'm pretty sure that's
no,
what
you cock or a
Again with this cock business, change your vocabulary.
See, I will explain to you all. See, if I go on camera without makeup, then all his hoes will think that they have a shot.
Okay.
You know what? I
fucking
agree with
hoes
her
are you
logic.
talking-
I agree with her logic just for that. She's like, hey, ye goalkeeper hai, chalo. I'm telling you, bro, women are like men
Keeper
also.
ki aulad hai ye. Keeper ki aulad. I'm not even joking.
I don't know what that means. Translate.
Keeper ki offspring. That's
Okay, so that I understood.
That's the best way I can fucking
That I
explain it.
understand.
It's the most literal way I can explain it right now.
Ah, that Peter Schmiel, now the new Schmiel, like that, you know, legacy.
Legacy. So what do you think?
That's a
He's
fun-
dating
that's
my
fun.
mother and then he started dating
Actually,
me.
yeah, that's a bad example.
Legacy. He's just
You
a
cannot say
legacy.
like this. Then you're implying her mom is a goalkeeper.
For some time I thought that he's dating my mother only. Because I used to sit at home and they both are going out on date.
Fuck yeah, bro. but she's an interesting lady. Like the fact that she's so open to feeding me like food so willingly, like that's something that I really like about somebody, dude. Like part of the reason why I love this girl so much also is because like she's the best fucking cook. She can just cook. Like I know it's a damn sexist thing to say in today's world that she can cook, but yeah, I mean, like I think that she said that
I think
I was
the
better in
key
the
word
kitchen
is
earlier.
cook good.
Cook well.
Cook
Yeah.
well, yes.
Yes. She cooks really, really fucking well. For my birthday, she made me a blueberry cheesecake.
Even for your win.
Even for my win. Blueberry cheesecake that I could finish in like 3 bites.
To say I could more than once.
Yeah, dude.
Sachika, you got to join the pod.
You really have.
You've got to join the pod.
Come on.
We make petition. You've
I
got
wouldn't
to-
put pressure
Like
on
we've
myself
got to
to
show
do
us
this.
hoes, like, you know.
Y'all make the petition, but who is approving the petition?
And
You're
even
the
then,
lawyer,
what is she
okay?
obligated? She is part of the law. She knows.
Yes. Y'all can't
Even
fuck
with
the law.
petition, I can throw it out. Precedent you need.
I like him. I think him and me are vibing.
Yeah, that's the equation for today.
That's my production crew right there.
What do you
like,
think I do for Nikhil, bro? He wants boy, there's girl. Siddu, take care of the girl. I want to be with
You're his pimp, bro.
And no, it works both ways. He's like, if he wants the girl, he's like, bro, take care of the boyfriend. Okay, bro, come.
Take care of the boyfriend.
You're
That's-
talking, bro. I
Whoa,
haven't
that's
got-
Depending
nice,
on
bro.
his mood is, man. Today he's like,
Hey.
I want to be with the
Please
boy.
don't take
Hey,
her.
excuse me. I can say this with pride. I've not once done anything with a girl who's dating another guy. No once. I've got fucking.
Okay, you
morals.
want
Karan,
gold
can
star
you say
or
that?
I've got more. No, I'm just saying I've got morals.
I can say
what
that
is your
is
morals?
okay.
What did I do your morals? You're
No,
not
Karan,
cheating.
Karan,
You're not
Karan,
doing
You
anything.
know
Karan
this.
has been with someone who's been. I want to come for this.
Ah, you brought interesting story now. Now she's ready. See, you don't need precedent and all. You
Really?
need
Can you
bribe.
whisper in my ear who you're referring to?
I don't
Because
know.
I genuinely can't remember right now.
That's it. Live fight, ladies and gentlemen.
I can't remember this story. Can you please?
The roast of Karan Chauhan in 5, 4, 3, 2,
Yeah,
1. The roast of Karan Chauhan begins.
Yo, guys, I did not expect to be caught in the middle of this shit today. I'm putting my drink down for this. I need to be as sober as I can right now.
Oh yeah, he got caught in a bad.
Yo, wait, once again. First off, like a guy who fights for a living, getting caught in a love battle or a sex scandal is like, okay, bro, that's it. Like, that's just basic, bro. Like, it's not even cool in today's terms, bro. Like, you know. So really, like, she's just like, those are your problems, you fucking sigma fuck. Like, at this point, bro, she can roast you for it.
Yeah,
She's
that's a pretty
chill with
fucking
it.
cool thing, dude. Yeah,
Fair,
it's really good to
right?
have her around.
Oh,
Like-
I make fun of him about his exes with his mom, and it's so much fun.
Right? Like, how can this fighter just feel like a cock in a cage right now? I'm just like,
It sucks that I can't take names because like.
you can only do it to the
So
boys. You can only do it to the
many-
boys, though. Like, no. Like,
No,
Use fake names, please, for all intents and legal purposes.
yeah,
Stick to a fake
I
name.
I love the way this guy speaks, man.
fake names for other people, yeah.
No, but like there was this one.
Let's use Sarah.
Yeah, okay, no.
I'll
leave
give
that.
the name.
No,
Sarah is the
leave
name.
this-
Don't give these names.
Oh,
Like,
Sarah's a real name? I mean, probably somewhere, but. Actually, yeah, dude, you know what? We'll use all the ex's name, but the wrong story.
no,
Double
no,
whammy,
no,
bro.
I wish.
I'll tell you something, Sachika.
Use
This-
African names, dude. I'm not with
What?
African.
Hey, we cannot say Polom.
Mbappe.
Did you just see what he said? We can't do bolom. Bolom. Melee.
You're not getting another fight after this.
Oh,
No,
dude.
Abudi is gonna come for me after
There's
this.
enough people who wants to fight, but he can't punch radical feminists is the problem. Like, yeah, he
too
wants
much.
to. He just can't. He
But
can't
he's
punch.
been with most radical feminists.
He has.
The one that he was trying to set you up with was also a radical feminist.
They,
they are
they're
the
not
most-
going like
they
this
are the
one.
Yeah, and the fucked up part is everybody knows who the fuck we're talking about. Everybody that knows me knows what we're talking about.
No, I did not know that there was a day, bro. That's what I'm saying. I did not know there was a day.
That way now Nikhil knows he didn't just disappoint one, but two.
Bro, I got yeah, bro. Karan,
okay.
what were you setting me up with, bro?
You disappointed.
I was gonna fuck this girl into disappointment.
No, but just imagine he was with that girl for. But he was going out on dates with me while he was with her.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, one is for
I wasn't
emotional-
one second.
Excuse
Okay,
me.
everybody stop. I wasn't exclusively with this girl. Okay, everybody
Fuck
thinks
yeah.
that. Okay, I did a lot of boyfriend shit. I let this girl on. I did a lot of bad things that could make me seem like a dick. But what everybody needs to realize that I just got my heart broken after like 5 years of being in this relationship with this one girl.
So after 5 years, you'll start acting up with me?
Never. Are you
हाँ, वारंटी पीरियड के बाद कुछ भी हो सकता है
No guarantee.
No, like,
More extended
see,
warranty,
by
buy now.
warranty, you need to understand by the time the warranty period ends, right? Homeboy is going to be on a good fighting streak. You know, like homegirl's going to
Then
be on a
he
way
will
to
be having
partnership.
affairs and sex scandals with ring girls.
Arey, listen, you think I'm going to let him do shit like that?
Bro, these are not
You
nice
do-
things to hear.
Yeah.
No, Sachika,
Hurts
see.
a-
No,
hurts a man's soul.
but it's fucking valid. It's valid.
It's
No,
valid
I'm
as
telling
fuck.
you, he was
It
in,
is.
Valid as fuck.
in his first fight. He's not thinking about what his opponent will do. He's thinking about where Sach is standing and if she's going to see if I've seen the ring girl or not. This is what his thoughts were.
Okay, I did not look because I'm not interested, but that was a sweet
Hello,
thought to
you
have.
know what they
because-
say, YOLO, you only look once.
No, but I'm telling you, this is what the first thought was. Before he started fighting this other dude, this is what he was thinking. And then he looked at me.
Okay, at that point I'm trying to distract myself with thoughts because I'm not trying to overthink the fight.
And I know
So
that
I'm
he's
just like-
thinking this. And he knows that I know that he's thinking this.
So I'm
Look,
staring
there's
as
no
hard as I
doubt.
can into the
No,
camera.
there's no doubt. There's no doubt that like, see, a dude's gonna get like mad because this is one of my favorite things, right? Like, I got a lot of shit for this too. That like I can't be that I couldn't be loyal, just because I get sparing fucking attention. No, not on a regular fucking basis or anything. Okay, when I looked homeless for the longest time, like I swear to God, bro, it's like all of a sudden I cut my hair and then like I became visible to women. Like it was fucking drastic, right? But
I don't want to be mean, but like I see it. Like I see the difference because he showed me his friend and I was just like, see, I see the difference. Like I
Hello.
see what a
I
good
see him
haircut
every
is.
day. I see
He
him every day.
managed
Konwa.
it was so bad, he managed to convince one of our friends to send him $100 to get his hair cut.
Like black people, like look, black people hair is the hardest to cut, right? Just facts. Just the way the hair grows is the
Yeah, it's
hardest
like
to cut.
it's
It takes a lot of
It's
talent.
like a chard.
Okay, now that's
Exactly.
Now that gets us cancelled.
Bro, it's a jar, bro. Otherwise, why would it be hard? Like if it's
Oh, I thought you guys said jhat.
I said
No,
chard.
no,
like
chard,
a
like-
Now
tree.
you are getting
like
cancelled.
like a bush.
paid like
What
yeah.
the fuck, Zach?
Even when she said bush, naughty.
Dude, like
I love you so much.
like brownie points in
Bush.
public.
Hello.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Ask why. Now's your chance.
Ask why what?
What?
Like why does he
Waste
love
you
me?
are.
Ask him.
Why do you love me, Ka?
Am I supposed to say bush?
I'm
No.
going home.
Can't.
No.
Chalo, retake number one.
They can cut that. I'm joking. Sorry. I love you because there's so many fucking things to love about this girl, man. Like,
Say
I
there's-
don't want.
Say one. Again? These they don't understand. Say one, bro. What is this? You don't even get 7-day supply, bro. 1 second. Say because your eyes are very nice to look
Because
at.
okay, I love this girl because I'm having the time of my life with my boys right now. And my girl
Exactly.
included,
Good answer.
I've never been able to say that in my life before. I don't
Moving
think I
on.
ever
This is
will.
a good answer.
I don't think I ever will be with anybody else ever. So
I don't see my ring. I see this ring, but I
yes,
don't see my ring.
see, this, like her mother got me covered for now. So
Phase
Oh
one.
yeah, people went batshit crazy when I was wearing like another ring, like a diamond ring on this hand, and I posted
and we were
a
dressed in
story.
Indian. We were dressed in
And we
Indian.
were
for the
dressed in
party.
Indian, and I put up the story, and literally like 15 of my friends texted me saying, "Oh my fucking god, did you get engaged? Did you get engaged?" I'm like, "I'm 23. Calm the fuck down. Like, what is your rush? Like,
Hey, you're half Muslim. That's halfway there. I mean, come on. You've kind of got a.
People that know me know how funny this is to me for personal reasons. So thank you so much.
I think this should be just like a big blooper session that never goes up."
This is like a conversational section.
I mean, come on. You're like 5 years too late at this point. Like it's.
18.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, Karan. I know your math is bad.
yeah, shit.
Yeah, bro. Like Muslim girls go pro. Like they go pro at 18. They don't.
I'm not
they do not.
contributing to this. Sorry, bro.
You made me lose excitement for my sport with what you said, bro. I'm sorry. Jesus Christ,
I'm
man.
just look. I'm not shitting on it, but like, bro, the rate at which my M boys and homies and my M girls and boys are getting hitched is mad, which is cool, which is
I'm
fucking
open
lit.
to
I'm
how
cool
many
with
people
it.
are
Like
getting-
I fucking love it because here's the thing, right? Each of those guys actually find a really cool partner that's actually found on the basis of religion, which is something that they hold very close to their hearts. Like, you know, it's a
Yeah,
very,
so why
it's a
can't I
crazy,
get that?
because it's a crazy
I
filter.
want that fast, like, okay, see, as much as
Alright,
I
fast
say-
track based on religion.
Fast track.
You're a lawyer. You can't be you can't fast track love based on religion.
You know,
as a
we
lawyer.
both are the same religion, right? We both. He's
You're
Chauhan,
half
I'm
Wait,
Thakur.
you're half Parsi and you're
He's
half.
no, he's a Chauhan, I'm a Thakur.
What the fuck does that mean?
Okay, once we're both Hindus, we're both like.
Same
Or like
state
caste,
from
like-
the same caste, yes.
Okay, so like because of that you make a like traditional checkbook, like you know the traditional
Exactly,
checklist.
yeah.
It forms a checklist for
Yeah,
your
his
parents and
ex
the
was
older
like
ones.
someone.
Oh, Muslim.
No, it's Musalman.
They conquered half of India but couldn't conquer Chauhan. Oh my god.
They tried to convert
The
him, but
Chauhan
they
stood
didn't.
strong.
Oh fuck! But like.
The WAP wasn't good enough, bro. Nah. Yo, okay,
Yeah, it
for all
wasn't, I mean-
for all intents and purposes, girl in question is married. So like, you
But
know,
no, the fun fact.
she found a guy whose dick was bigger than yours, Karan.
Yeah, bro. It's okay. It's fine. See, with
Like she retired your jersey though. Like that
Retired
number
my
will always
jersey.
be there. But
No,
like,
she just wanted a circumcised dick.
yeah.
wow, I can't believe my girlfriend is having a conversation about my ex-girlfriend's dick. My ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend.
Not dick, bro.
So that's why you broke up. Oh,
Yeah, like positive side of a fucking battery, bro. Fine, thanks.
Hey, why do you have circumcised?
I don't.
But
Why am I saying this?
Oh, okay.
he needs you.
What is this? Done?
Karan,
It's always hoodie season.
This is a.
No, but you know what? I kind of
That's
convinced
why I like wearing
Karan
sweaters.
to get like circumcised as a joke.
Dude, let's not talk about circumcised because like
Yeah, homeboy
Sensitive
got
topic,
circumcised.
bro.
I recently got circumcised and trust me, that's the worst amount of pain any man could possibly be in.
Yeah, but he's a fighter. He can. That's the least amount.
Shut
of
the
pain he
fuck
can
up,
go
I
I
through.
don't-
know, that's points where he doesn't train.
Do you feel pain when you don't? Actually, no.
That's the point.
Actually, you know what? I was going to
He's
go.
a fighter. He can bear pain.
I was like, do you know what it's like to feel pain when you don't want to feel pain? Then I realized they go through periods. I'm like, fuck, fair. Like,
Yeah, like want to compare that? Like it's
I can't. Like,
debilitating pain.
it was brutal because
It's pain where Karan gets thrashed for 1 week.
That's my fight week, bro. I like people
he beats his
wonder,
meat instead of the back.
people wonder why I am a little not nervous when I'm walking out for a fight. I've faced that fucking month again, bro. And that affects my life along like multiple multiple stages
Shut up.
if I don't do the right things, but it's okay.
Oh man.
See, it's only 2 things.
Siddu.
Take.
One last. Just keep it.
Put it on the ground.
Bro, just take it, you know.
No, that's behind the camera. It got subtle.
But then everyone knows we're
So
drinking.
much for subtle,
There's
guys.
a camera right there.
Just-
No, I think the drink should magically fill up. You put it on the ground, it should be full. Put it there where it is. I told you. That's it. No camera should be getting this.
Rumor has it that if you go to the Oxford Dictionary and look up cocksuck human being, right, you'll find on Siddharth Murli JPEG right next to it.
Did I say you could give my full name? Why you bring my father into this? Apologize. Apologize.
Sorry, buddy.
Oh my fucking.
Ow!
Oh my god, dude.
My tummy's hurting. This
Bad
is
time
worse.
for Karan. He's going to go through. He's going to go through 1 week of beat meat.
No, but my back is hurting. Even after you stretched out my back is still
Huh?
hurting.
Can we not say this on camera, sir, please?
Oh, nice.
Say it like that on camera, please.
No, like my hamstrings were tight, so you just like.
No, camera's rolling at this point. Fuck, we'll go upstairs, do whatever you want. Casting couch is there, and you know, lighting is also there. Didi is the assistant director over there.
Who you calling Didi?
She'll be like, back in the day, we didn't use protection, bitches.
Oh
He
my
came on my spine.
That's a good song.
Do you know?